Hi, it's Elisa with Bluebird Relics, and I'm going to be doing a little garden statue, some outside statues and a plant pot that I found. This one I found at Dollar General. I picked it up. It was just white, plain, cheap. Doesn't have a hole in it, so it's good if you put a nursery pot with your plant in it, and then you can lift the nursery pot out. They have such cute decorative pots that don't have holes in it, and you can't put the actual plant in it. But if you can find a little nursery pot that fits inside, this is good. And then you just take it out, water it, and put it back in. It catches all the drippings and everything like that. But anyway, so I picked up this little frog. He was green and kind of funny looking. So I painted him. Blue iris. I painted him petal pusher, and I brushed a little bit of cowboy coral over him. And this guy picked up as well. Well, three guys, three little gnomes. They hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil gnomes. And I put some blue paint over him, and then I brushed some orange. What is it? Summer Crush over him just before, and then I'm going to use the patina products. But the first thing I just wanted to do, I was waiting for this owl to dry. I'm going to take some of this. This is Authentico Vintage Alchemy. I'm just going to put a little of this on my owl. And I'm just going to sort of put it in different places. Hope everybody's doing okay. It's kind of a rainy, miserable Sunday. And it's a good day to paint. Not be outside. Yesterday I was in the garden all day. Not really planting much, but cleaning up the yard and getting ready for spring. And this is finding these neat little things, that you can paint. Maybe you don't quite like it, but it would be cool if it was a different color. You could do something a little different to it. Pick up these little things for pretty inexpensive. And make them different, make them your own, make them unique. Because no one else will have it, right? Because you're making it unique to yourself. So it's like a little bit of purple. Maybe I went a little bit too crazy with the purple. Maybe I'll put a little bit more of the cowgirl coral on there. Grab that. This table, I gotta get a new table because there's legs under it and I can't pull myself up close to it. I did something to this brush. I don't quite know what I did to it. I said I think I went a little hog wild with the purple. So I'm just gonna, it's still wet too. It doesn't really matter. These two colors, if you don't mishmash them too much while they're wet, will still be. Otherwise you'll get gray, the gray color. I think that's pretty good. Got a little bit of the purple out. Anyway, I'm going to do something with him, and the products I'm going to use are, so Dixie Belle makes a patina paint. So I've got copper, I've got iron, and I've got bronze. And I thought it would be fun to try to do something with these ornaments. So this plant pot I'm going to put him down here so that he dries off a little bit. I won't work with him first. I'll work with the other two that I have and see what happens. And so you're going to use, you can use one or all or two or whatever. And they have a solution here, the patina spray, and you can use them on all the, you can use them on the copper, the bronze, and the iron, and it'll turn different colors. It'll age, make the 8-piece look aged and old and vintage. It does smell, so you want to use it in a well-ventilated area. I have all my windows open. I'm just going to move the paints out of the way. And I will use the dryer to kind of speed up the time. So I'm going to use, I think, the bronze first, if I can open it. Yep. It's a really pretty bronze color. So you do have to apply a thin layer. You have to apply this twice. So decide where you're going to put it. And then you can put a thin layer. So putting the bronze over here and all around. Maybe even in the spots that might get hit when things patina, when metal patinas naturally. See, we're going to speed up the process here using the paint and the solution. So I'm doing this. It takes a little while for the process to happen. I do have a hair dryer that helps speed it up. Later on, I'll post a picture of the finished product after it's done. It needs to sit like for between, I think, 2 to 6 hours. Okay, just put and you do have to let it dry, and then you got to reapply the patina, the bronze paint. And then while it's still wet, you're going to hit it with that patina spray. And the colors will poke through as well, because the patina spray is really not going to affect the paint as much as it's going to affect where you actually put the metal paint. All right, so there's the bronze. You do have to shake this paint really, really well. Put a little bit of copper. So we all know what copper looks like when it's oxidized. It's Statue of Liberty. Well, it turns green, like a greenish color. But I think it'll be really cool if you kind of mix the patinas up just a bit. Put a little bit over here, a little bit over here, just here and there. I'm going to be careful. And kind of remember where you put each one. You can overlap it. And it's going to create that rusty oxidized age look. Now I've done it on canvas to test it out. And I think the results came out pretty awesome. Where did I have it up here? I do. I'm going to show it to you. I'm just going to grab it. It's hanging on the wall. I have her for sale, but I almost don't want to sell her because I like her that much. So I did this with the patina paint and the spray. And I used all three: bronze, iron, bronze, and copper. I also used Dixie Belle Amethyst purple, and I used Wise Owl, I think. Wise Owl, I forgot the name of the paint. I think it's Rockenberry. Anyway, so I put the patina on, and then the paint, then the patina twice, and then I sprayed it with the solution, and then I let it sit. I actually let it sit overnight. And then I got this really cool effect on the canvas. And then I put Frida on afterward. And I think I freehand drew Frida on here, but the other bits are stencils that I used. If you can see it. The light is hitting it, so I don't know. Anyway, you get the idea. So these are the colors that these guys are going to turn. So they're going to get that rust, excuse me, the rust and that oxidized green color. And then I have like the purple and stuff coming through. So that should happen here on my frog. And on the gnome that I'm doing. And get a little bit more. I think I'm gonna, he's almost dry. I'm gonna take the iron, hit it with a little bit of iron paint. This is actual metal paint. And I'll hit it in a few different spots. And he's gonna get that rusty, aged look after I spray him and he sits for a while. So he should be kind of cool when he's done. Don't put the paint on, the metal paint on too thick. It's like a thin layer. That's good. I'm just going to stick him out of the way for a second. I'm going to put the second coat on this guy. Hi, Kathleen. How are you? Oh, thank you. I don't remember. I don't know what that is of. I think it's from like the museum company or something. It's a thrifted item. I don't buy any new clothes hardly. Kathleen, how is it going? I'm patina-ing some like outside garden statues. I'm using the Dixie Belle. Right now I'm using iron. And I'm going to see what happens when I spray that patina spray over it. We'll see, right? If I can hit the same spots with the same metal paint. How's the weather down in Virginia? It's rainy here. It's kind of gross. But yesterday was gorgeous. It really was. We need more days like that. I'm going to hit all the paint on this guy on this side. I'm going to hit him more. the metal paint. This is iron, by the way. I'm kind of haphazardly putting the paint on. We'll see what happens, right? It's all an experiment. I think life is an experiment. You're chasing the cat around the house. So she's so spoiled. It's hot today. Oh, it's hot. Look at you. Is it sunny? Oh, it's cloudy, you said. She's camera shy, Kathleen. She doesn't want you taking more pictures of her. She's like the paparazzi. You're like the paparazzi. And she's like, please, no photos, please. Enough photos. Right now I'm going to put copper. I can't wait to spray it. I want to see what's going to happen. I saw it happen on the canvas. I did do on canvas. I wanted to see how it worked. And I thought the results came out pretty cool. The thing is with this stuff, it does smell when you spray the patina. The metal paint doesn't smell. It's the patina spray that will has a bit of an odor to it. And that if you do buy it and use it, you should definitely use it either outside or in a well-ventilated area. I think when it starts getting nicer out, I'm going to set up outside, because in the afternoon we get some lovely shade on the deck in areas. So I'm probably, this time of day will be shady. And I'll be able to set up outside. And that would be fun. You can do it outside instead of being inside. She's a star, I know. Aren't they all? I have two dogs, and one of them absolutely hates having his picture taken or video or anything. He gets so upset. Or it's barking at me, cursing at me. I was trying before. I just get angry and mad. I'm going to try a little bit of the bronze. So I got the iron, the bronze. You could, maybe I'll just use the 2 on here instead of putting the bronze. Maybe I'll leave that alone. I'm going to let that dry. I want to see, this is still wet. I might have to wait till the end in order to put that one on. Although I'm curious to see what the patina is going to look like on that cowboy coral and alchemy color. Yeah. You did it outside, really, and it still bothered you. I'll have to check the one. I think I saw the trunk that you did. I didn't realize you used patina on that, so that's cool. Did you use the Dixie Belle patina, or did you buy something else? And I'm sorry. I hope you can hear me. I'm just going to dry this because I want to get it going. Just a little dab here and a little dab there of paint. Now I got to remember exactly what I put. I put copper and iron on this, and then I put all 3 on the other. I'm doing it inside too, Kathleen, but I'm just going to grin and bear it. now, and then I'll leave. I'll shut the door and leave it and open up all the windows. All the windows are open. But I know my last time I did it, my husband was like, oof, that smell. But as long as you crank the window open, it's fine. Hey. Here. What you doing? Did you eat lunch? Did you have a nice lunch? I sent you some pictures, Melinda. I don't know if they ever even went through. I was out and about and I saw some stuff I thought that she would find funny. So I sent it to her. Oh yeah, those gnomes. So I'm doing the gnomes and I found a frog and I painted him, and then I painted him pink and like a coral color and a blue, and then I put the metal paint over it, and then I'm gonna spray it with patina spray. I have a blue patina and a green patina. You know the gnomes? Yeah, I bought one so I could try this piece, to try this technique out. I want to see how it comes out. All right, now I'm going to go in with my second coat. So I have to work kind of fast here because it has to go on wet, the patina, or the patina spray rather. Or else it's not going to work. Or it might work a little, but it's not going to work how I want it to work. Let me grab the copper. Let me get the copper on there. And it's okay if you got some of the bronze and the iron and stuff coming through. You want some of it to come through. It doesn't have to be completely deteriorated in order for it to look good. All right. Forgive me, I'm just trying to work fast here. Let me put a little bit of the bronze. You like the green? So which one do you think I should use on this frog then? Do you think I should use the blue or the green? Kathleen or Melinda, whoever wants. So it'll both give a different finish. To be honest, on the canvas that I did, I used both. I just did both. I was like, I want to see what happens if I put all of them on there. Everything all at once. And it actually created a nice... Oh, all right. The comments might be delayed and I got to spray this thing if I see it in the next second or two. Because I want to spray him while he's still wet. I'm going to spray him with green, blue, green, or both. Get one side and the other. I'm going to just the green. So there is a strong odor of vinegar, vinegary smell. If anybody was wondering what the odor is when you do use this, it's like vinegar. It's not terrible. It's not too terrible. It's just strong. You've never used the blue? I'll use the blue on the other one. I'll use the blue on the other one. Hopefully, this will have oxidized some before the end of the live so you can see the change. My understanding is the The heat from the hair dryer will help speed the process up, but in order for it to show its full true what'll happen, you gotta wait for it to finish oxidizing. Let's see what happens. Look, under here, it's turned a little bit of green already, under his arm. Now, my understanding is that it should start. He was already green. I hope that's not from his green that was there. I don't know if I have to hit him again. I didn't have to last time. I just kind of left it alone and it did it on its own. So over here I just used the copper and the iron. Oh, I just spilled it there. That's not good. I don't like to waste paint. That's all right. It's not much. It's just a little bit. All right, let's see. So I got the iron. I'm going to try and put him on. I want him to stay wet. I think the key with this is that it's wet. Let's see. I got the, did I say, I forgot what I said now, that if I used the copper or the iron. It's okay. No big deal. Just want to make sure I get it on there and then start spraying. I don't want it to dry. It seems to be drying pretty fast, even if I put it on in a thick layer. I'll use the blue one on this one. We'll see what happens. Let me stand up, get him on this side. Hope I'm not missing any spot or large chunks of area. And then let's hit it with that spray. Ooh, it's like a neon blue. This one is actually a little stronger. I'm not sure why, but it is. The smell is a little stronger. Well, let's see what happens with the blue, Kathleen. not going to hit it with the hairdryer quite yet. Maybe I hit it too soon with the hairdryer. I don't think it was, because now it kind of looks to me like this guy's not. It looks like he's rusting over. Now, I did try this before, but like I said, I tried it on canvas. I think that's paint. I don't think that that's... I might just have to leave it alone. Kathleen, when you used it, did you notice that it changed right away? Now, when I put it on the canvas, it did. Now I'm using it on like a little statue, and it doesn't seem like it's having a reaction quite yet. I could hit it with the dryer and see if that does anything. I don't want to push. I kind of... It says on here that if you do use the dryer will help. Hang on. Oh, I'm supposed to be wearing a mask. I'm just going to open up the windows. If anybody else does this, wear a mask. Don't do what I'm doing. And don't eat it or drink it, even though it's like this pretty Kool-Aid color. But it is a corrosive liquid, so you should be using gloves and goggles. I'm not. Reapply if a deeper color is desired. Let the reaction, the reaction takes about 2 to 6 hours, so I might have to wait and show you. But from what I can see on here, the blue solution, it's already, I'm going to scooch it back. It's already starting to oxidize. I'm thinking maybe I should put it, this, maybe it dried too quickly and I didn't get it on in enough time. I'm gonna reapply some copper paint on him. It took a while to change. Yeah, the iron with the green spray makes like a rust brown, and the bronze with the green turns it green. Okay, let me put a little bit more. Did you have copper? Copper should turn green, right? Like the Statue of Liberty. That's what I thought. Maybe I'm just being impatient. I probably am. I'm just being impatient. Totally being impatient. I'm going to spray it with the green. I'm just going to hit it with the green spray. Hold on. Green. And I'm going to hit this side. Now I'm going to leave it alone. I'm not going to put the hairdryer on it. How about that? Just going to leave it. Not touch it. And I have this guy still, and she's still wet. She's still wet. Her I'm going to hit with the dryer. I want to speed up the drying process on her. And I'm hoping by the time this is over, some of this will have oxidized, so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. I did show the other picture. I don't know if Kathleen or Melinda, you saw it. What did I do with it? Oh, I put it over there. I did it on canvas, and you could see how it, hang on, how it oxidized. So the background, I painted purple and pink, and then I put, in different spots, I put all the paints. I put the iron, and I put the bronze and the copper, and then I sprayed the patina spray, and I think I used both on here, if you can see. And then afterward, after she was dry, I put a top coat on it. I sprayed it with like a Rust-Oleum, and then I painted that image of Frida on over it. And she came out, I think, pretty cool. Now, let's see. I'm just going to leave this. I'm going to scooch this out of the way for a second. Get my owl. Do you recognize the owl, Melinda? I think I'm going to use the copper on here as well. It's fun. And then you sit back and you watch. Watch it change. Again, just sort of being haphazard about it. So the bronze, oh, wait a minute. This actual spray tells you. So, hang on. The reaction time. Okay. I thought there was something on there. I was trying to read it to see if it actually said what color it would turn with each patina spray, but it doesn't. I mean, obviously the copper, with the blue, the copper is going to turn. Actually, this is for the bronze and the copper. And then, oh, you can actually, the green actually you can use on all three. The blue one you can only use on the copper and the bronze. So let me just do bronze. Or should I just do, because then I'll maybe, you know what, let me use the iron on that. It is actually, you're right, Kathleen, it is pretty all by itself, even without putting the spray on to activate it. I don't know. I think it's kind of fun to just experiment and see what happens, you know? Hitting it in all different ways just to see what happens. I can already, from where I'm sitting, the gnomes are already doing a thing. I'll let it sit a little longer. I'm going to just hit this with the dryer real quick so that I can put the second coat on and then activate it. And we'll see what happens. If it doesn't come out like I thought, no big deal. But I think it's going to have quite a reaction once it's said and done and all the patina is dry. But the copper is actually pretty on its own. As a matter of fact, I might not hit it with parts of it with that second coat of copper. I want some of the copper to actually come through. I know it's confusing me too a little bit. But it does say you got to put on the 2 coats, so I don't know. I'm going to take a sip of coffee. All right. Let me grab the copper. So I did not use the bronze on this. I'm just using the copper. And I'm going to try to go over it in just the spots that I use the copper. And I'm not even going to overlap it completely because I still want some of the copper to come through. Okay. Let me get some of the iron. And it's funny, it smells like metal. Like when it's oxidizing, you can smell it. It's very minerally. Let me get some of that iron. Let me overlap it a bit. I wish I could runny drip it. I don't think that'll work though. There we go. Oh yeah, I can see my froggy doing a thing. Move him out of the way. I'm gonna hit this with the patina, the patina spray. Make sure I get it. And I think that's all she wrote with that. Let's see. Now I'll just sit back and wait and see what happens. So, okay. So my frog is already starting to change. So I'm going to hold him up. He sees turning green, so that's not the green paint. That's the oxidizing of the copper. And this guy, he is changing a bit. You can kind of see that. And her, I'm just going to leave here. And what I'll do is I will, in a couple of hours, I will post some progress pics of how they're how the oxidizing is coming along. Oh, you can do it drips? Maybe next time I'll do it drips. Yeah, you gotta let you gotta put it is real metal in the paint, and you have to put one coat on, let it dry, and then put the other coat on, and then while it's still wet, spray the patina spray. Which is sort of what I did, only I'm trying to get it done fast because I was doing it on the live. But from what I can see, he's already, the frog is really doing a good job. He's already changing. I don't want to handle them too much. I'm just going to leave it alone and let it do its thing. And then I'll come back and I'll see what happens, you know. Anybody have any questions about any of the products that I used or what I did or how I did it? I kind of explained the whole thing. And if you're watching on the replay, I do check the comments. Just leave me a message if you have any questions on anything about the paint or the spray, the patina spray. And what I know, I don't claim to know everything, but I know some things, and I can help you. I will. Well, the only other thing that I wanted to do, this has nothing to do with patina either. So I was making earrings out of, I have a lot of canvas that I painted on, and either like I just didn't like the painting or after a while or whatever. So I started making these earrings out of the canvas. So this one right here, it's on wood. My fingers are dirty. And then, so that's actual canvas on there, one of my paintings. And I cut it out to fit the earring. And then I did not pour resin over it. I just put a liquid glass sealer over it. Filed, made sure there was no fray pieces of canvas, and that's what I did with these. So I'm making a bunch of them. Thanks. Leah Noel Design Company did several furniture pieces with patina. They came out great. You should check them out. Oh, all right, I will. Leah Noel Design. I'll check her out. Leah Noel Design. If I say it 3 times, Leah Noel Design, I'll remember it. Oh, but what I was saying, so I made the earrings. I took it off the canvas, right? I had these square little canvases left. But rather than throw them away, I have that screen. So you know, anybody who's watched this before knows I've painted on screen before. So I had some screen and I put it on this blank canvas. And these canvases are not bad. That the that the stretch canvas has come on. I mean, it's a sturdy little frame. I just cut the screen to fit the back. I stapled it with a staple gun on here. And now we're good to go. I can paint on it. So I have that set aside. I have a few of them that I'm going to do. I'm going to probably work on at some point. Maybe I'll do one next week on the live. I haven't decided. We'll see. And oh, and I have to take a picture of my little monk I did last week. I finished him yesterday. And throughout the week, I kind of went in there, worked on him. I threw some old engraved patina over him, and that gave him a little bit of a lighter. I just kind of did it on the copper spots, and it gave it like a more muted copper color. And then I watered down dark and decrepit, and I put it all over him. And then and then that gave him like a little bit of a coat, so that I didn't have to worry about the other paint coming off. That kind of sealed in the paint job that I had done on the live last week. And then I went in and I watered down some black paint. And then I went in the lines and the creases in his face and the definitions of his face. And I painted over that, and then I wiped it back so that the black paint would stay in the creases and in the ears and in the collar and in his hands and all the little minute details that are on him. And then after that, I just sprayed him with Rust-Oleum because I'm going to put him outside. So I needed to spray him with something that was going to be durable outside. So I sprayed him with that. So now he should be good. He's outside right now. I did not take a picture. I have to go take a picture of him. So maybe he'll look pretty cool. Actually, it's been raining, so it might look pretty cool outside right now. The deck might be all wet. So I'll get a picture of him. And I'll post him. Oh, thank you, Kathleen. You like the earrings? I have a bunch of them that I'm working on right now. That's why I have all those canvases that I can use for the screen art that I'm going to put all my screen on there. So rather than throw them away, we like to recycle and reuse and use up every little bit of whatever I can. I mean, look, I don't even like to spill paint. I'm trying to scoop it back up into the canister. Well, it's 52 minutes in. I'm going to cut everybody loose in a minute because I think I need time for this but here, let me hold it up. You can kind of see that by his eye, it's already starting to oxidize. Yeah, him too. My gnome, yeah, he's starting to too. I don't want to touch him too much. I'm just going to leave him alone. Just leave it alone. Don't mess with it anymore, Elisa. Thanks for coming on, Kathleen. Thanks for everybody, Melinda, and thanks for coming on and watching and supporting me. And anybody that watches the replay, thanks. I appreciate it, and I appreciate everybody's support. All right, great. Take care. Everybody have a great rest of your Sunday, and see you later. Bye.